Good morning, guys. I want to talk to you today about Facebook Live and some of the best practices for putting this tool um, to work for you in your businesses. Now's a great time to plug in and start doing Facebook Lives if you have not tried this before. We're going to talk about some ideas on how you can effectively embrace this, promote it, make it work really well for you in your business. So let's go ahead and get in here. Talk about why go live. Well, pretty simple reasons. First and foremost, it's free. My favorite price. It's not going to cost you anything. If you already have a Facebook account, you already have all the technology you need to put this to work for you. The second reason, Facebook gives preferential placement to live video. You are more likely to show up in your friends' feeds with a live video. Um, Users are 10 times more likely to watch a live video than a pre-recorded one. So when they see that on their feed, they are intrigued, they want to plug in. They are also typically going to stay there 3 times longer, watch a live video 3 times longer than they will a recorded video. So just great tool there. It showcases you, your personality, and your brand. It really lets people get to know you. A lot better than a picture, makes you personable, approachable, um, minimal post-production. Unlike a recorded video where you're tempted to go back and add a lot of captions, edit out mistakes, try and make it look finished and polished. People don't expect that from a Facebook Live. They expect there to be errors. They expect it to be kind of rambling. They expect there to be awkward pauses. That's part of the fun of it. So no post-production or minimal post-production. And did I mention that it's free? Can't do much better than that. So what can I do live? So I want to give you a few ideas on what makes a good live video. Well, in today's world, a virtual open house is a great option. Uh, Schedule your time, spend 30 minutes, spend an hour, give a tour of the home, answer questions about the home, share the stats on the home. Much more effective than just giving them data, giving them pictures. It makes the house come alive. And especially in a time like right now where people may be hesitant to go out to tour a property or view a property, that virtual open house can be a great option. Second would be a market update. Just letting people know what's going on in the market, how things are changing. That can be with rates, prices, days on the market, lots of information that we can share with our friends. Ask an agent. Host a question and answer session. You know, people are curious about what's going on. So schedule a time where you're going to take all questions. Need to be well prepared for that. And keep in mind, it's okay not to have an answer. Uh, you're not going to know absolutely everything. And just like you would in any other environment, have your script for the questions you don't have the answer to. That's a great question. I don't have the answer right now, but I know exactly where to find it. Let me do a little bit of research and get back with you with that. Professional interviews. This is a great way to sit down with your lender, with your inspector, with your closing attorney, and spend 30 minutes with them, asking them questions, have a prepared list of questions that people will find interesting, and they're going to have the opportunity in that live environment to ask their own questions. Who wouldn't want to talk to a lender, an attorney, the inspector, anybody related to housing? We can also do the same thing with local businesses. Do you have a favorite local business? This is a great place for you to showcase them. Tag them in the video. They're going to want to share this video on theirs. Great way for you to promote them and be promoted as being the local expert at the same time. You could also tour local attractions. Go do a live tour of the local park, areas of interest, areas where construction's going on. Lots of things we can do to engage people and let them know that we're really plugged into what's going on in our local market. Before you go live, some things to think about. You want to have a plan. Don't want to go into it blind. We want to know what is our objective. What is it we're wanting to accomplish? Are we really wanting to showcase that business? We want to showcase that property. Whatever it is, okay, and there's lots of ideas depending on what our purpose is, but what is it we want people to walk away from that live recording with? Gather your materials and your data. For example, with the virtual open house, probably going to want to print out the tax record, print out the listing sheet so we have that information. We want to decide, do we need a camera stand, or a selfie stick? Our arm can get tired holding that phone out there for 30 minutes or an hour. Having that selfie stick or camera stand can certainly help with that. For the interviews, a camera stand is going to work really well, depending on the length of it. For your virtual open houses, you may want to have that selfie stick, make things a little bit easier on you. Are we going to go horizontal or vertical? And encourage you to play around, take a look. One of the things about Facebook Live, once you go live, you can't flip that camera. So if you're going to start out vertical, you want to go vertical the whole way. If you're going to start out horizontal, you're going to need to go horizontal the whole presentation. So figure out which one's going to work best. Generally speaking, horizontal does better, but depending on your environment, vertical may be the better option. So take a couple of test shots, see what you think is going to be the best format. Consider your route and your lighting. So if we're doing an interview session, if we're just doing a market data update, consider facing toward a window so that you have good natural lighting on your face. You don't have that shadow or the halo coming from behind you. If we're doing a tour of a home, plan your route out. Make sure that you've got the right doors are open, you've got lights on in every room, you have blinds open to make it really easy to see in every room. We want to promote the event. So sending out Facebook posts that says, hey, check out my virtual open house coming this Saturday at 12 o'clock. Watch my interview with so-and-so live at this time. Bring your best questions. We can talk about that either on Facebook or on our other social media. Don't forget, just because our event's going to be on Facebook doesn't mean we can't promote that on Eventbrite or LinkedIn or Instagram, wherever you have social media accounts. Promote that event there so people have a heads up and have a chance to put that on their calendar. Also, send out an email invitation to your database and command. Let everybody you know that you're going to have that event. So once you go live, some things to think about. First, take a deep breath. When you breathe deep, it will help keep you calm. When you have a tendency to hold your breath, which is what a lot of people do when they're a bit nervous, your body naturally releases adrenaline, which makes you even more nervous and more tense. So make sure you're breathing deeply, keeping yourself calm and relaxed throughout it. Turn any nervous energy that you have into enthusiasm. You want to be excited during the video. It's okay to be nervous. Just make it look like it's enthusiasm, not nervousness. Be authentic. Be yourself. Show your personality. That's the reason people like live videos, is it gives them an opportunity to get to know the real you. We don't want to put on a front and portray ourselves in one way, and then when they meet us in person, we're somebody else. If people like you, people want to do business with you. So just be yourself and be likable. Smile and maintain your energy. That definitely comes across on the camera. Embrace your mistakes and move past them. You're going to have little glitches. Things aren't going to run quite perfectly. You may trip. You may misspeak. You may completely say the wrong thing, and that's okay. It makes you human, makes you relatable. So don't worry about those things. People are going to forget them very quickly. So other things to think about while you are live, pay attention to your lighting, particularly if you're doing a tour like with the virtual open house, as you move from room to room, your camera is going to want to adjust to the new lighting. Be paying attention. Don't spend a lot of time where you're in the shadows or you've got that halo effect behind you. Call out the viewers that are watching. Okay, so pay attention to who is there that's watching you. And see, perfect example. My phone's ringing. Mistakes are going to happen. So call out the viewers that are watching. People like to hear their name. Gets them more engaged, will keep them on there for longer. And this is something that you may want to have somebody helping you, where they're doing the filming and you're the one that's there, so that they can help you watch the comments that are coming in, watching viewers that are joining, and they can announce to you, and then you can recognize the viewers or respond to the comments. Regularly restate why you were there. Your video may be 30 minutes long, maybe 60 minutes long. You're going to have people that are joining 5 minutes in, 10 minutes in, 30 minutes in. Keep restating why you're there. So, you know, guys, if you're just joining in, we're here at 123 Main Street, having our virtual open house. Really glad that you joined us, and then just move on. But keep reminding them why you're there. If you're interviewing with somebody, introduce them again and again, so that way people that tune in late know what you're doing. Ask for participation. Ask people to ask questions, ask for them to comment. You know, so what do you guys think about this kitchen? What do you think about this backyard? Do anything you can to get them engaging. The more engaged they are, the longer they're going to stay with you, and the more benefit they're going to feel that they got out of the video. Be responsive and interactive. So if anybody does comment, make sure you're responding to all of them. That's where having that person there helping you can be a nice asset. And lastly, have an actionable sign off. So at the end of the video, we don't want to just stop. What's the next step for them? So if we're doing a virtual open house, hey guys, if you want a closer look at this in person, please reach out to me. You can direct message me. Here's my phone number. Here's my email address. If you want to get my app so you can take a look for other properties, you know, shoot me your phone number, and I'll get the link for my app sent over directly to you. Figure out what it is, whatever the actionable item is, and just make sure you close it with something for them to do next. After you sign off, some things you want to do to kind of wrap things up. Make any edits to the description, the caption, and the thumbnail in Facebook, so that, because it's going to live there for a while in your Facebook. It'll actually be there in perpetuity, but it's still going to have life after the video. People are going to come back that missed it live, and they're going to want to watch it later in the day, the next day, several days later. So make any edits to the description and the caption to make sure anybody that sees it knows what that video is about and why they should engage. And Facebook gives you the option that if you want to put a custom thumbnail up, you've got the opportunity to do that. Pin your post. Facebook refers to this also as making it an announcement. So what this does is it puts your video at the very top of your feed. So anybody that comes to your page is going to be the first thing that they see. You've got the option to boost your post, so you can pay to get that pushed onto more people's feeds, or you can create a campaign that directs people back to that feed. So consider spending a little bit of money. Certainly you don't have to. Free is my favorite price, but don't be afraid to spend a little bit of money to better promote that and get more interaction. Ask others to share your post on your timelines. So if you're interviewing a local business owner, have them post it on their business page, have it posted on their personal timelines. They will appreciate it, and ask them to tag you in it. Also, if you're doing a virtual tour, ask the homeowner to share it on theirs, and ask their friends and family. Ask them to ask their friends and family to post it on their timelines to help better promote their property, which also better promotes you. Follow up with anybody that attended. this is a business of follow-up. The fortune is in the follow-up. So check back with everybody that attended, get their feedback, find out why they were attending, what they found most helpful. Depending on what it is that we're talking about, it should be pretty obvious about what those conversations should look like. But continue to follow up with them. Try and get their other information. Get them into your command. Get them on a drip campaign, a neighborhood nurture. Get your app into their hands so they're further connected with you. And check back at a later date. So set a reminder for yourself to come back and check the next day, a couple of days later, 3 days later, because people that have come back and watched that video, there's going to be people that didn't catch it live that are going to like it and comment on it. And you want to make sure that you're responsive to those as well. And guys, that's it. Hopefully you found this helpful. Hopefully there's some tips in here you're going to be able to make work well for you. But for right now, get out there and go live.